Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jeff at Lockdown Security. Apologies in advance for my voice. I'm nursing a cold. I'm just getting over, so my voice is quite hoarse. That's why I sound like I smoked too many cigarettes. But I didn't. I just have a cold. Anyways, today I am doing a video on this Kenwood DMX 906S. This is the higher end version of the DMX 706S with the high-res screen. We've done a review video of this radio on our bench. I just wanted to do a follow-up video of one of these installed. I happen to be sitting in a 2014 Toyota Tacoma. We did a couple of interesting things with this. So first things first, we mounted it using the Metra High Gloss charcoal kit. Part number will be in the description, but this is basically what it looks like in this vehicle. Second thing that we did that was kind of unique is we used an Install Bay IBR91 USB port. This works on both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as has a 3.5 millimeter RCA jack, or headphone jack, I should say. We took out, this vehicle has two 12-volt ports. We took one of them out and we mounted the USB port there. The factory USB port does not pass Apple CarPlay or Android Auto information. That's why we didn't retain that. We will be getting at some point Toyota knockout panel USBs. We don't have those in stock yet, so this was the next best alternative. So back to the radio. As many of you know who have watched our videos, the DMX 906S, high resolution capacitive touch LCD screen, compatible with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, compatible with wireless mirroring for certain Android phones. It's going to have a 3-camera input, front, rear, sides. Obviously front, rear, sides is 4 cameras. You could choose whether you do left and right with rear, or front, left, rear, or right, left, rear, etc. It's all configurable. In this particular vehicle, we retained the factory Toyota camera. So I just put it in reverse. As you can see, that's basically the factory camera. You have multiple different types of guidelines. You have the factory camera lines, Kenwood lines, as well as the iDataStar Maestro, or iDataLink Maestro RR active guidelines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the settings of the radio. Let's go to the menu, setup, camera, turn the parking guidelines off. Let's just do a quick test. All right. So the reason why I turn the parking guidelines off is because the factory guidelines are fixed. I can't turn those off. That's generated by the camera. So there's no sense in having all of these other extra parking lines unless I was using an aftermarket camera. In this particular instance, I'm not. I'm using the factory camera. So I'm going to leave the factory lines present. I believe, yes, it works even with the vehicle in park. We had to use an Access AX 6V, 6-volt to 12-volt step-down converter. The reason we had to do that, the factory camera is a 6-volt camera. Obviously, the electrical system on this truck is 12 volts. In order for me to provide the 6-volt power, I needed to use that adapter. Now, for those of you in the know, the iDataLink Maestro RR, using the T01 T-harness, which is what we used in this particular instance, should provide the factory backup camera retention. It did not in this case. The voltage that it was outputting was too low, so we ended up having to order in the Access voltage converter or step-down transformer in order to retain the factory camera. The iDataLink Maestro OEM backup camera retention power output did not work in this instance. The reason it didn't work, the camera needs 6 volts. The Maestro is only outputting 4.97 volts. We tried to make it work, but we were getting video interference. It didn't work properly. As soon as we supplied it with the 6-volt signal, camera video signal cleared up and it worked perfect, which is what you see when you hit the camera button. Actually, wrong button, when I hit this camera button. So that explains the backup camera. If you want to know a few of the features, basically high-res screen, tire pressure monitoring using the Maestro RR. As you can see, it gives me a tire pressure rating of all 4 tires. Looks like we're a little low in the front right and rear left. You've got selectable backgrounds. As you can see, this is a splash screen that's default by Kenwood. I believe that's some sort of waterfall, Niagara Falls maybe. And you can scroll back and forth between these screens. You can customize this screen so you can choose what you see in here. I'm just leaving it default for now. Oh, let me go home here. I think I'd probably leave it on that screen because it gives you pertinent information. Let me just show you the gauge screen from the Maestro. Here's my vehicle info that's generated by the Maestro RR. If I go back again, I got gauges. So gives me RPMs, gives me intake temperature, fuel level, throttle percentage. Let's just see if I hit the gas here. So you can see there, it tells me how much throttle I'm giving it. You can choose your gauges as well. You can select this. You got a P1 and a P2 screen. And that pretty much sums it up. There are a lot more features of this radio that I'm sure I could go through, but for those of you who are interested, feel free to give us a call, 1-866-824-4118. You can also visit us on the web, www.lockdownsecurity.ca. I just wanted to make a video showing you guys what the DMX 906S looks like in an actual vehicle. Also want to just show you how the steering wheel control works. Let me just go back to tuner. So, I'll see if I can pan out here. Oh. Maestro RR gives me the steering wheel controls. This is basically going to go through my menu system. So you can see there, it's going back and forth through the gauges. Allows me to change channels, lets me go through modes. So, various things you can do through the steering wheel control, which is pretty cool. So, for those of you interested in this, feel free to reach out to us. For those of you who like this video, please hit the like button. If you could, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way to help us make more videos like this in the future. In this particular Toyota Tacoma, we used Metra Dash Kit, iDataLink Maestro RR interface for the steering wheel control, as well as the wiring harness, Metra antenna adapter 40LX11. This is the Kenwood DMX 906S. This is the install bay IBR91. This is the USB adapter or USB port that we use. It works with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And that pretty much sums it up. Hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very much.